What should I do to better equip my recruiters?
That's a good question. I think some of it is, don't be afraid to toot your own horn, right? So, what possesses people to put in an application at a company? Obviously pay, work conditions, but, how is the company doing in the community? I think today, younger generations are very focused on not just what the pay and the benefits are, but hey, do I align with this company and what they do? And so we've worked with a lot of clients who we really help promote the culture, the benefits of the company, the awards they won. We submit for clients, best places to work. We then utilize those award-winning accolades to promote them, to prospects. So I think people want to know that, hey, this is a good company to work for. And it meets my financial needs, it meets my professional goals. But at the same time, I want to feel good about the company I work for.
Exactly. And recruitment fairs as a method of reaching people is certainly one that's very traditional and doesn't always get the news and the sizzle of so many tactics these days, but it is the hard-working, heavy lifting way to reach people. And as I mentioned before, and we'll probably continue to beat the drum of, really professional execution of materials, eye-catching, clear, identifiable, things like banners. You got to find your way to it. Communicating some of the things that make the company different and special through signage, through looping videos at the table so that people, if you aren't available to speak to them, they can still see something that's of value to them as they're walking by. You have to kind of up your game and make sure that you're really presenting yourself in the best way possible at these places, these recruitment fairs.
And that's a good example of kind of how these two connect. You want to nominate your company for awards and you want to have well-written nominations, but winning the award isn't enough. You've got to then advertise it, right? So you have to write press releases and create graphics that you put not only at the recruitment fair and loop into videos and things, but that you put on your walls in your office and things of that nature. So it's not enough just to win the award, you've got to toot the horn. Mm-hmm. And I think, one thing that we have helped several clients with for recruitment fairs, but also for the conversations that they're having over the phone or for the recruitment websites, is this idea of day in the life videos. There's many, many ways that they help, but one in particular is showing how great it is to work there. Like, have an employee honestly say, this is what it's like to work here, and a recruiter who's able to use that in a conversation. Not only are they showing how great it is to work there, but they might actually be helping people self-select out if it doesn't seem like a good fit for them. And we've talked to enough recruiters to know that they don't have time to waste, right? So if they can send a video that shows what it's truly like to work there, good and honest, it might actually help narrow their conversation. So the day in the life videos have been a huge tool that recruiters have really, really enjoyed. And then another video idea that's helped recruiters are like employee spotlights. So if you're working hard to recruit someone and you've got a video and or a graphic of an employee giving a testimonial about what it's like to work there, it goes a long way with folks. It's one thing for a recruiter to tell you how great it is, or your potential boss to tell you in an interview how great it is. But if you've got a potential coworker telling you how great it is, I think those can be really powerful tools for recruiters as well.
Well, one of the most powerful tools in marketing is a testimonial. Mm-hmm. I think that's why the Day in the Lives are so successful, is because it's not a CEO or a vice president talking about how great my company is or our company is. It's a peer. So at that point, if someone has sat down and watched 2 or 3 videos about a day in the life at this job, they have a pretty good feel that if I'm submitting an application, I'm pretty committed to it.
I know what I'm getting into.
I know what I'm getting. There are no surprises at that point. Mm-hmm. So I think it's why it's so powerful for companies, is that it really can show that moment in that company to literally thousands of people at one time, versus like having those one-on-one conversations.
I think about recruiters a lot like salespersons, right? So a lot of salespersons come to us and they're like, I need tools to help share what I call like my hit stories, where, clients like, hey, this is my opportunity, how can you help? We're like, well, let me pull one of my hit stories to tell you how we've helped someone in the past. I think recruiters a lot of times are in the same situation. So what are your hit stories? What are your employee wins? Like, tell me the story of someone who started entry level and developed and rose their way up, well, we can make a video about that. We can make a graphic about that you can share. It just, think about how much of a leg up they have over other recruiters when they're able to consistently and effectively tell those stories. Because there's also the fact of the recruiting manager who's like, I need all of my recruiters telling the same story and consistently doing the same thing. Well, that's a lot easier if you do it in a graphic or video instead of relying on the human to always tell the story the same. So
our most successful clients in recruitment look at recruiting employees like they do selling their product or service. It's marketing. You got to go through the same process. You got to get them interested. You got to tell the story. You got to get them to commit. You got to walk them through the process, and you got to convert them, as a client, so to speak. So it is very much a sales marketing process when you start recruiting people.
It really is interesting, as you're saying. It's in so many cases we're advertising products to an end user, a consumer. They can see themselves using the product. That product reflects them and their beliefs. And that same way, I can see myself in that company with these examples, with these videos that can really sort of say, yeah, they align with me. Yeah, that's the kind of work I like to do. Yeah, those are the people that I can see myself hanging out with and getting along with. So it's a very important sales portion of what a company can do.
Much like marketing, when you're recruiting, you want to eliminate obstacles. So, we win these awards, we told everybody about it, and it's like, wow, what a great company, I'd love to work for them, but you don't really give them a good way to find you. How do
the
I
link to careers is buried on the footer on the third page.
That's right, or it's a dead link. It used to work 4 years ago, so now we forgot to update it. What you've got to do is eliminate those obstacles, right? So having a dedicated page on the website, make it obvious on the homepage. Hey, if you go and it's like, hey, I read this about this award you guys won, you go to the homepage, hey, apply to work with us today. A simple click here, it's a submission of your application. You've got to cut back, you've got to eliminate the resistance to get that person to apply. So absolutely having like a dedicated page on your website to where you make it as easy as possible. You eliminate the obstacles in between you and getting that good recruit in.
we even took it a step further with one client where we actually created like a subdomain.
Yes.
So it looked like a potential applicant as a totally like separate website almost. And what was nice about that is at the recruitment fairs, they're not linking to just the general company's website and then people have to dig and all that, because a lot of times they're not able to apply or ready to apply at the recruitment fair. But they get a link to a single website. Because again, they're not looking to buy services at that point. They're looking to figure out whether or not they want to apply. So they're going to a singular website, whatever it is. It's also a nice place where you can put everything that's relevant to them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure customers care about awards too. But if someone's coming to apply, I want them to see the awards we won. I want them to see day in the life videos. I want them to see those great graphics and the testimonials. And so it creates this one place where if I've only got them one place for 5 minutes, I'm going to have them see everything that I've got in my arsenal to help recruit them, right?
Yeah, and going back to kind of what you mentioned earlier, John, as far as the graphics for, QR codes.
I was just going to say.
I mean, they've become our best friend in those types of
They
things.
were hot, then they went away.
Right.
Now they're back.
And they're back.
And they're very well adopted.
They're very well
now.
adopted. And I think what happened is people realized just how beneficial they could be. And you could create that subdomain off your main page that has everything HR related, everything recruitment related. And so you go to the show, you scan that QR code, takes you right to the site. I'm watching day in the life videos, here are all the awards they want. Oh, by the way, here's an application. 4 easy clicks, I'm done, it's submitted, I get a call from the recruiter. Easy peasy. We often talk about the buyer's journey, right? Yeah. Like from the time we make people aware of a product or service to the time they buy it. Well, the same holds true for recruitment. Like what's the applicant's journey look like?
You don't want too many clicks.
You don't want too many clicks. You don't want to give them any obstacles.
I'm going to try and type in your URL /careers/recruit. No. QR code. Snapshot.
Yeah. Let me watch, review, apply. That's what you want to do.